Hello, in today's class we'll be learning about CPU. We will get to know about CPU, its main components, how it functions, the control unit, the arithmetic logic unit, the memory unit, that is RAM and ROM, and the functions of CPU. The CPU is called the brain of computer, processor, central processor and the microprocessor, as it stores the data as well as it processes the data too. The CPU was first developed by Mr. Ted Hoff in early 1970s at Intel. The CPU is a kind of a mediator which receives the data through input devices and it passes down to the other components of computer to get the task done. The CPU's main components involve the control unit, the arithmetic logic unit, and the main store or rather main memory. The control unit is the one which controls the whole communication flow or rather data flow in the computer system. The arithmetic logic unit, it performs all kind of arithmetic functions and calculations on the computer, whether it will be subtraction, multiplication, addition, division, comparison, sorting, etc. The computer's calculator is the arithmetic logic unit. The main store or main memory, it holds the data and instructions which are needed by the computer system. Now we will know how CPU functions. First of all, it completely depends upon which kind of output the user is asking. So it is up to control unit which circuit it has to take, decided upon the output that user wants. First of all, the data is transferred through input device to CPU. Then the control unit will decide if it has some arithmetic functions in it, then it will order the arithmetic logic unit to do the functions and give the output. But first of all, it will save that data in the memory and then it will do all the functions. But if data is given through some flash drive, USB flash drive, CD, hard disk, etc., then it will get the data through secondary storage, then it will store in memory and then it will order the necessary unit and then it will give the output. Now we will get to know about control unit in detail. The control unit is the one which directs the entire computer system to carry out the stored program instructions and the instructions that are given by the user. The control unit has to communicate with both arithmetic logical unit and the main memory to coordinate the activities between them. It also coordinates the activities of the external storage devices like pen drive, the CD, floppy disk, etc. with the arithmetic logic unit and the main memory. It also instructs the arithmetic logic unit about the function that it has to use to complete the task. Now the arithmetic logic unit, as you know, it executes all arithmetic and logical operations. Its operations include addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. It also compares numbers, letters and other special characters. It also uses relational operators and it also does the logical functions like AND, OR and NOT. Now, the memory unit. As you know, the CPU's main function is to store data, but it's not actually the CPU which stores the data, but there is a component in CPU that is called the memory unit which has the storage capacity and it stores the data and instructions. So, when we insert the floppy disk, the hard disk or rather pen drive, the data is stored in main memory and then we are able to work upon it. There are two types of computer memory, that is RAM and ROM. We will get to know about it in detail. The RAM, it stands from random access memory. RAM is really the main store and it is the place where programs and softwares we load are stored. When a CPU runs a program or software, it is RAM which is being used for program to be run on computer. Whenever we are going to purchase computer or mobile phone, the first question that any user will ask will be the capacity of RAM. It can be 1 GB, 2 GB, 4 GB or more than that. But the capacity of RAM matters as Suppose if you want to open so many applications or software at once, then the RAM's memory will be used. So if the RAM's capacity is lower, then we cannot open so many applications and software at once, and it might happen in the blockage of the computer system. So our computer can be jammed for a few minutes. So when the computer is shut down, the RAM sleeps off too. We can say that RAM is not being used when the computer is shut down. So the RAM's memory is volatile. RAM has mainly two functions, that is read and write. The CPU can read the memory or data and instructions written on RAM, and it can write back on RAM. But when we switch off the computer, the data that is stored in RAM gets erased. The ROM. ROM stands for read-only memory. As its name suggests, its only function is to read, that it cannot write the data on the ROM. The CPU can only read through ROM. The ROM's memory used for storing special set of instructions which the computer will need when it will start up. Like, when the computer will start, it will do its basic process, that is booting process. You can see there is a black screen and so many instructions are going on. That whole process is called the booting process. This process is necessary each time the computer is started. So the computer has to have some kind of memory for it. That's why the ROM is used. ROM stores such kind of data in it. When we switch off the computer, the contents on ROM does not become erased, but it remains there permanently. So it is an non-volatile storage. Here there is a diagram given where the relationship between RAM and CPU and ROM and CPU is shown. And when it comes to RAM, CPU can read and write on RAM, but when it comes to ROM, CPU can only read the data instructions to RAM. Now, the functions of CPU. Till now it's quite clear about the functions of CPU, but still we will discuss about it. First of all, the CPU fetches the data through input devices. Whichever kind of instruction that user gives to CPU are being fetched by the CPU. Then the CPU will decode it in its own language. The CPU will get to know which kind of functions it has to perform. Then it will execute that function or task, and it will write back the output to us. So here we end our chapter.